of ice magic. Creativity knows no bounds as the skating stars of Europe celebrate a gala.
Figure Skating Championships. This is the second largest scene of the 1990 European Figure Skating Championships. There have been huge crowds at every competitive session. We're expecting the largest crowd of the European Figure Skating Championship week here in Leningrad for the gala, the exhibition by the champions. And I think, among other things, it's a chance for people to prove a point, perhaps.
Well, you're right, particularly if they did not skate well in the competition. It is a chance for them to sort of reassert themselves in the eyes of the judges and in the eyes of the people. It's also a chance, interestingly enough, to act as a professional audition. There are many representatives from professional shows all over the world. They're looking at the skaters, they're seeing who's hot, who's not, and they're making their bids on them for the future. It's a very important exhibition. It has to be taken very seriously, but it's also exciting and entertaining.
Soviet skaters won 8 of the total of 12 medals in Leningrad in 1990, including 2 of the men's skating medals, and the men's gold medalist, Viktor Petrenko, who finally reached the height we'd all been expecting him to reach since he won a World Junior Championship as a 16-year-old.
After Viktor's convincing win here in Leningrad, one might have thought that Kurt Browning would have had big trouble in Halifax. It was Viktor who had the trouble, but not without a tremendous battle. Viktor is a war machine and is a perennial threat to any competitor at any time.
The world champions, the reigning Olympic champions, and now once again the ice pairs champions of Europe, Ekaterina Gordieva and Sergei Grinkov.
Europeans Gordieva Grinkov on paper had a brilliant career in 1990 with a big win here in Leningrad and a gold at the Worlds in Halifax. Their winning performances were tarnished and wrought with mistakes. 2 weeks ago, they surprised the skating world by changing teachers and turning professional. Let's wish them well and hope that their pro careers are as brilliant as their amateur careers.
Gregor Filipowski of Poland had a disappointing time in Leningrad. In 1989, he was European silver medalist. 1990, he dropped out of the medals into 4th place.
Gregor's bid to win here was unsuccessful, and although his world performance in Halifax was much stronger, he lost his coveted bronze medal to Christopher Bowman of the U.S. Another disappointment for Filipowski was at the Goodwill Games, where he withdrew in the middle of the competition. Hopefully, in 1991, we will see his best skating performances ever.
They're national champions, skating in exhibitions in New York, New York. They were 4th in ice dancing here.
New York, New York, it's a hell of a town. New York, New York.
Clara and Attila have always been favorites with the international public and media. A medal here eluded them as a result of the Duchesne's electrifying breakthrough. Clara had an injury at the World Championships in Halifax and the team withdrew. They also withdrew from the Goodwill Games in Seattle. 1991, a new season, a new beginning. Good luck to both of them.
For the last two days have won the European Championship far more than anybody else. Most recently, of course, the reign of Katharina Witt. And now her coach, Frau Müller, has produced yet another, Evelyn Grossman of East Germany, the new European Ladies Champion.
Grossman was not expected to win here in Leningrad, but like so many East German world champions, Seifert, Pötsch, and Witt, she is perhaps just fulfilling her own personal destiny. Injured at the Worlds in Halifax, she did not skate well and placed accordingly. With the recent unification of the two Germanys, will this East German skater become this year's German champion? We'll find out at the European Championships in Bulgaria.
Evelyn Grossman.
The Soviet Union's domination of European pair skating continued in Leningrad in 1990. The silver medal in pairs went to Larisa Seletsneva and Oleg Makarov.
Let me be, 'cause you don't care. Well, please set me free. Unchain my heart, never let me go. Unchain my heart, 'cause you don't love me. Every time I call you on the phone, something else tells me that you're not at home. Unchain my heart, set me free.
Seleznyova Makarov are perhaps, no, not perhaps, they are the strongest individual pair skaters in the world. Their skating style has always had a hard edge to it, unlike the more refined style of Gordieva Grinkov. At the Worlds in Halifax, they skated their best, yet placed a disappointing fourth. This was to be their last amateur competition, but I am sure we will continue to enjoy them for many more years as professionals.
Katerina Gordieva and Sergei Grinkov passed the crew test of champions in Leningrad when they had to come from behind, and they certainly did in a brilliant free skating exhibition to retain the European Championship that goes with their World and Olympic titles.
Tamara Tarasova, the famous Soviet coach and teacher of the recent Olympic champions Bestiaminova Bukin, has now taken Gordieva Grinkov under her tutelage. As professionals now, 1991 should become an inspiring, exciting year for them.
The women's silver medalist for the European Championships of 1990 from the Soviet Union, Natalia Lebedeva. You'll recognize the phantom music.
Soviets had hoped that Natalia Lebedeva would become their first European champion. As we know, she was unable to cash in on this very golden opportunity. I think that perhaps Natalia would be better suited to the professional world, where the tremendous pressure of competing does not have to be dealt with.
Swept the medals in Leningrad in 1990. The bronze medal going to this couple, Natalia Mishkatunyuk and Artyur Dmitriev.
With the recent retirement of Gordieva Grinkov, it would seem that this pair will waste no time in jumping into their teammates' footsteps. Their original program, skated to Saint-Saëns The Swan, ranks for me among the most memorable skating performances ever. Coached by Tamara Mosvina, their new routines are bound to be interesting and unusual, and we will see them in February at the European Championships in Bulgaria.
Natalia Mishkatunyuk, Artyur Dmitriev.
Peter Barna of Czechoslovakia came within an ace of winning the men's championship in Europe in 1990. He didn't quite pull it off, but he is a delightful performer to watch.
Many skaters feel that doing very difficult triple jumps in exhibitions are the most important thing, when in fact what the audience really wants to see is their ability to skate, their ability to interpret music, and particularly their personal emotions that we can all enjoy.
Barna's bad luck streak did not end in Leningrad, but continued right into the World Championships in Halifax. After a disastrous short program at the Worlds, he fought back with an absolutely superb and much underrated long program. Recently married, he is now living in Czechoslovakia, revving up for this year's competitive showdown.
Bangles and beads adorn the silver medalists of 1990 in ice dancing in the Soviet Union as the Soviets took first and second place. And these are the silver medalists, Maya Yusova and Alexander Zulin.
Yusova Zulin were forced to swallow the bitter pill of disappointment as Paul and Isabelle Descheny became the absolute sensation of this competition. The pill was especially bitter as it all happened in the Soviet Union, their own backyard. Recently, I saw them at the Goodwill Games in Seattle, and this couple has improved dramatically. And for me, at that competition at least, they were unbeatable.
Alexander Zulin.
This Soviet teenager will have many great moments in his career. He had his greatest so far here in Leningrad. He was men's bronze medalist, and his future is all ahead of him. Vaxislav Zagorodnyak.
Vyacheslav Zagorniak, as Ted says, would seem to have a brilliant future ahead of him. At all three competitions, Europeans, Worlds, and the Goodwill Games in Seattle, his Achilles heel has always been his physical stamina. A remarkable talent. I look forward to seeing this year's improvement at the various competitions that we will see on CBC in the months to come.
Вячеслав Загороднюк.
A veteran pair, generally exciting show skaters, silver medalist in pairs in Leningrad, Seletsneva and Makarov.
This couple is so conspicuously physical about their approach to skating that I can't help but wonder if a career in gymnastics might not have been an alternative to that of skating.
Still the ice dancing champions of Europe, and that would have been the most predictable thing in Leningrad. Marina Klimova, Sergei Ponomarenko, they're starting a long way apart. There's a good look, though, at the delightful Marina Klimova as she skates to join her husband and her partner, Sergei Ponomarenko.
Marina and Sergei have a maturity and a refinement that sets them apart from all other skaters in the world. Their skating is best likened to that of a perfect rose in full bloom on a summer's day.
Viktor Petrenko succeeded to the European Men's Championship at last in 1990. I say at last because he seems to have been trying for a while, but he's only 20.
Viktor Petrenko is one of the many skaters that have been profoundly influenced by the flamboyant U.S. skating star Christopher Bowman. Of course, the Bowman influence is only seen in exhibition routines. Paul and Isabelle Duchesne manufactured magic in Leningrad. We see it again as their competitive routine is used as an exhibition.
When they skated it in the competition, I neglected to mention that the choreography is the identical choreography and was given to them as if a present by Christopher Dean. He and Jane, Christopher and Jane that is, do this particular number in their show, and so they were able to do it. But I think that the Duchesnes probably do it as well or better simply because they seem to look the part more. Two Argentinians from the theme of the movie Missing. This cannot be considered an exhibition number. because it is their competitive routine. The interesting thing to me that sets this number apart from all the others is the fact that the male's role is as dominant as the female's role. Often it's the female that takes the lead, and then as you see, Paul will go into the lead and is sometimes even lifted by his sister. This is quite a different approach to ice dancing as we know it. Again, thinking about it as in competitive terms, the interesting thing and the criticism, legitimate or not, is the fact that many people felt that it wasn't ice dancing. It wasn't ice dancing in the traditional sense, ice dancing the way that we know it. That was the criticism, and you can see that is perhaps true when both skaters skate apart from each other the way that they do. But the effect is invariably electric.
Paul and Isabelle Deschênes. You'll hear the thunderous applause that they're receiving here in Leningrad. And I might tell you that during the award presentations, when they won their bronze medal, while two Soviet couples won gold and silver, the Deschênes received a much larger ovation when their medals were put around their necks than did either of the Soviet dance couples.
And that kind of ovation brought them immediately back for an encore. It was a wonderful week of skating in Leningrad, but some skaters, Gordieva Grenkov, for example, will not be skating in the next year's competitions. But the key skaters certainly will. Klimova Pomenarenko, Yusova Zulin, Victor Petrenko, Peter Barna, and of course the Deschênes. And we look forward to seeing these skaters and these wonderful performances in Sofia, Bulgaria, and Munich, Germany in the next coming year.
And our thanks to Ted and Toller, the World Junior